Uh, Sasa, um, good. How are you? My name is Benson Cheserek. This is my YouTube channel, and I use it to share information whenever you need it. So, before we start today, we're going to be talking about applying for schools here in the United States. And I know, I hope this is the second week of 2023. And we just finished the second week. We're going actually pretty good. And I want to share information here because I know so many people are interested in changing their lives, interested in doing a lot of things for themselves this year, or you have specific goals education-wise. And so let me encourage you to subscribe to my channel down there below, and share it if you can, because this information has been helpful. So some of them that I've shared, if you follow my channel, you will see a lot of resourceful information, honest information. I don't charge anybody, but I ask you to share so that your brother, your sister, or your relative can benefit from it. I know a lot of people have contacted me about schools, jobs, opportunities, masters, undergraduate colleges, and this is just one of them. So I know a lot of people try to look for schools outside this country, and one of them is United States. I live in United States. People really get confused because there is so much information out there. There's so much fake information. There is a lot of cartels. There is a lot of brokerage, and you don't have to lose money, by the way. So today, I'm just going to spend a few minutes to explain to you categories of schools here and how you can apply for them. So, in other words, you can really do it without spending your money using someone. All this information is online. And I say it's online because most people that you don't want to spend time on a computer, you prefer to use someone. I mean, if you have the money, I don't disagree with you. If you have the enough resources, you can use anybody and pay them to do them for you, just like these agents. I think college agents in Eldoret, Nairobi, or whatever the towns. But if you have access to internet, or if your phone has access to internet, you can very much do everything that you want. The only problem that always comes is if you don't have the correct information of the schools. So let me break it down for you so that you understand. Number one, there are different schools here. They are public and they are private, but I will not even dwell on the private, which is it is almost the same. Let me just deal with the categories of the colleges. So if you want to come to United States, and I think Canada is also one of them, but United States, most students when you wanakuja hapa, they come through athletic scholarships and academic scholarships. So there is always athletic scholarships and there is academic scholarships, and there is people, or there are people who wants to come and pay for themselves. In other words, if your family can afford it, or if you can afford it, kuna wenye wanafika hapa, wacha nisema kwa Kiswahili, wanakuja wanachipanga. Unajua na maanisha nini? In other words, unakuja fanya kazi chini ya maji na kujisomesha. Bora ushafika hapa. Masomo hapa si ngumu. To go to school here is not difficult. To get here is the problem. Once you get here, you can always go to community college, university, or any technical college that are here. But it's not difficult to pay your school fees because you are given some opportunity to work part-time as an international student. So let me help you this way. Number one, if you are an athlete who can run, specifically running, I don't know any other. If you are an athlete who can run and you can join a training camp, I encourage you just to train for 6 to 8 months, register for an exam called the SAT, look for a coach online, go to some of the either public universities or private. Just go to the athletic section, identify a coach, and then tell the coach, hey, I'm interested to join to your school through athletic scholarships. The coach will communicate through there, and then he will tell you, I have scholarship or I don't have scholarship. If they don't have scholarship, forget about it. Just move on to the next. Look for another. Apply as even 20 of them. Those are for athletic scholarship. I can't speak of any other scholarship because I don't know really. So I'm speaking specifically about athletic scholarships ya kukimbia because that is the way that I used myself to come here. Nobody helped me. Nilienda to cyber. I applied for the school. I communicated with the coach. Lucky enough, I had someone here. They always kept in touch with me, like, okay, this is what you need, this is what you need, this is what you need. And then I applied, I was sent a document, and then I came. Now, if you can't afford, or if you can get, or if you don't run, this is the very important information. If you cannot, for instance, run, and you want to come here, it is still possible. You can identify a university, or you can identify a college. And you can always type community college. You come to a state in North Carolina, for example, or Virginia. You look for the community college. Let us say Wake Technical Community College, Durham County Community College, or any county here, you look for the community college. You will be given public community college. Do your own research. Once you identify it, you go to the section of international students. Under the section of international students, this is the most important part. It says application requirements or admission requirements for international students. It will describe everything, whatever they require, high school, college, if you're transferring or anything like that. Once you get that, you just fill the application online, submit, and go to the Office of International Admissions online and communicate to someone what are the requirements. They will send you. Some schools may require English, some may not. Some require TOEFL, some may not. So it is just upon you to look, hey, which one do I want? Okay? So once you submit the application, you will have someone who will communicate to you. Just like any other agent, just like you could even use any other agent. The agent actually will communicate to the school on your behalf. In other words, the agent will just be doing exactly the same thing. The only difference is you have to pay for an agent to do it on your behalf. Until an agent tells you now, the issue is mapata, you can now proceed to go to the embassy. But you are paid someone. But if you have the patience, you can do the same thing yourself. Go to the page for any university. Go to the page for any community college. For the community college, once you get here, assuming lumepata kila kitu, you submit every paperwork, which is your high school records. Wachana na story ingine, you will only need your high school transcripts. Wachana na birth certificate, they will just require you your date of birth. Once you submit that, they will say, okay, now, so and so you have been accepted. You have met the requirements for admission. They will send you an admission letter. When they send you admission letter, they will send that admission letter to Office of International Affairs. Office of International Affairs will send you what we call an I-20. An I-20, they will say, okay, at the embassy, show us, listen to this, because this is where it becomes the challenging. Approve of financial support equal to cost of the school. Most community colleges are cheap. Can you imagine? Most community colleges per year, per hivi, hata iwezi cost over 1.2 million. So they will tell you, let the bank statement of maybe 2 million or 1.5 million. What I calculated in dollars, maybe $12,000 or maybe $15,000, something like that. Once you submit, you go to the embassy, they give you a visa. Ukifika hapa, shule ni very cheap. The cost of the school ukishafika hapa, hata kama umeindicate kwa I-20 ni around 15,000. Ukifika hapa hivi, kuna vile unasafanya as an in-state. Unaona? So this is ema mingi tukifika hapo. Once you get here, you can always walk your way until you pay institution based on the state penye uko. Na school fees per semester inakuanga kitu kama 100 to 150,000. Na hiyo pesa you can afford kwa sababu unasafanya kazi pole pole kwa shule ama chini ya maji na ujisomeshe. So that is for a community college. For a university, it is the same thing. You go to the section of, let us say for example, you're looking for an undergraduate degree. You do exactly the same. I'll use example here. You go to Tennessee State University in Nashville. You go to North Carolina Central University. Or you go to North Carolina Agricultural and Technical University. Go to the section of international admissions. Go to the section of international admissions. It will describe all the requirements, okay? Submit the paperwork. If you are a graduate, if you are looking for masters, they will ask you to submit your transcripts na ikuwe evaluated. And everything is described. There is even a system where they send your transcript to be evaluated by an agency, and then they send it to the school. So they will tell you, okay, you have met the minimum requirement for a degree. You have met the minimum requirement for a specific degree, A, B, and C. And then now you have been accepted into the master's program. Once they tell you have been accepted into the master's program, they will issue you an admission letter. The same thing, they will issue you an I-20 and then you go to the embassy. Penye challenge inakuanga always is the embassy if you can prove that you have the financial requirements. But hiyo sio shida. Proving that you have financial requirements, haimaanishi you must have that money. Unajua, one funny thing or one good thing about America, sio lazima ukuwe na hiyo pesa, pora uprove. Ukifika hapa hivi, watu wengi wanakujanga hapa hata pila ndururu, lakini wanakuja hapa, they make it. So what am I telling you? You can go to any college, especially the state colleges hapa hivi yenye inaitwa public schools. The private schools are very expensive, and you can always, on the website, whatever the school, if you have any that you want me to verify for you, send me. You can send in the comments link and then I will check it for you. All you have to check if it is a private or a public. If it is public, look at the fee structures. Yeah, they have everything there. Now, once you submit that, the rest is really, they will send you the documents. Nowadays, they accept soft copies. In other words, an email of your I-20. So instead of using money, if you don't have the money this 2023, just dedicate your time. Make sure you are patient. Make sure you apply as many as possible. If you have friends in the United States here who can help you, okay? If you have friends here in the United States who can help you, they can give you, or they can double check for you information, or they can even help you pay for the application fee. Because application fee in a vary from school to school. Sometimes $25, sometimes $200. So that one you can calculate in shillings times 123 shillings. You get it in terms of shillings. But if you have a friend or a colleague here who can double check for you, okay, what is the application fee? So everything is very much self-explanatory. So the other aspect that I want to help you is, if you are a science student, and this is very important, if you are a science-based student, you go to the graduate department section. Let's say, for example, you go to Tennessee State, okay? And I think I'll be adding a link very soon in my videos here, so that I can actually show you live how to do it. You go to the international section, Office of International Affairs. You go to the graduate section, okay? You look for assistantship, okay? And the graduate department. I'm talking about if you are specifically in the science section. Because sometimes you get what we call graduate assistantship. Graduate assistantship, they give you a scholarship, a form of partial scholarship that will cover your school fees. So the graduate assistantship will pay part of your school fees. When they pay part of your school fees, that means you will even have a lower requirements to pay for the rest. And that one, it may even expedite your process. Sometimes, what on a pewanga baka 75%. So, but what I encourage you, why I mentioned that, when you go to that section, look at the specific department. Go look at the professor or departmental heads. Now, Ulize, do you have graduate assistantship in your department? I want you to listen to that. Go to the section of that department of the, let us, for example, you want to study biology. Go to the biology graduate department. Email 2 to 3 professors in that section. Now I'm here, hey, I'm looking for graduate assistantship. I have a bachelor's degree in biology or biochemistry or physics, and then could you be having a graduate assistantship program in your program? They will say yes or no. When they say yes, then now apply. They is always posted, because not so many people sometimes wanajuanga. So that is the nutshell of application of schools here, without going through the brokerage or without being lured or without spending money for things sometimes that you don't know. So I want this year 2023, if you need to apply for a school, and the same thing applies to schools here in Canada. I don't know Europe specifically, because that's another different world. I'm speaking specifically about United States and Canada. And Canada have almost the same requirements. If in Canada you can afford to pay, listen, if you can afford to pay maybe 1 year of the school fees and prove that you can pay that 1 year, sometimes it is very cheap actually, especially when you go to the community colleges, which nimeongelea before. You can get it. You can easily get it. You meet the requirements. And I want to encourage you, before you go to a broker, before you use an agent, go specifically to that website, look for that school you want, and then apply yourself, fill in the application, have your email address, everything, have your phone number, every detail. It is so self-explanatory. The final thing, this is the final one, in mwisho. Most people in America, this America, watu hawapendi mahali baridi. People like to go to warmer states like Florida, like Georgia, like Texas, like Alabama. But the northern states, huh? Idaho, Idaho, Michigan, Alaska, not so many people wanapenda huko. So you go to those states, go to Indiana, so not Indiana, go to states like Wisconsin, go to states like, what is the name one? North Dakota, South Dakota. Look for state schools. Look for programs in those schools. When you look for the programs in those schools, identify which program do I want to study. Like I said, let's say undergraduate colleges, mostly undergraduate colleges, or even masters. Look for those schools. Once you identify it in those very cold states, make an effort to communicate with the Office of International Affairs. I will stress that. Do not do an application before going through that section of Office of International Affairs, because it will tell you the details, everything, whatever you require. It will tell you every single detail that you will need. So you identify like, okay, I look at almost 5 schools in these colder states, and the colder states ni zenye ziko huko juu, vile nimekudescribe, Idaho, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, states that most people don't like. Yes, you can still find schools, especially shule za weuzi. Aje niwaambie story siri moja. Unajua watu weuzi hawapendi kwenda shule hapa. Ukienda states kama Louisiana, ukienda states kama Alabama, unaona some states kuna watu weuzi. Ukienda states kama South Carolina, watu weuzi wamejaa na hawataki sana kwenda shule. So state inajaribu ku attract as many students as possible ndio shule wapate funding. Look at those schools and see whether you can find a program that fits you. I don't know what you want to study, so it is up to you to go to that school. If you have any question specifically regarding the school, just send me in the comments. Just send me, or you can email actually me. My email is bcheserek@gmail. bcheserek, or my social media page. You can also inbox me on Facebook, Benson Cheserek, straight to my inbox, and just ask me specific questions. You want a specific answer, I will always try my best. If you have verification that you need, I will always try my best. And that is the easiest, that is the best way you can apply for schools here without using agent or brokerage. Because some of these agents, I mean, you see what is going on in Eldoret and many towns in Kenya. They lie to people. You spend up money. You spend like 40,000, having somebody to apply for you. The same things you can do. Well, you are coming to university, bwana. You don't have to go through brokerage. If you have access to internet, if you have access to cyber cafe, if you have access to actually a computer or a tablet, apply and have your own email. It is very easy. It's not difficult. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to be, people don't have to loot your money to be able to assist you what you can do. Because if you are ready to go to a school, or you are ready to go outside the country, you should be educated enough to do the very basic thing, to just apply. And they are not complicated, to be honest with you. So that is my tips today. About private schools. Private schools also have good acceptance rates, because for them, they are interested in the money. Whether you have the money or you don't have the money, they can send you all these documents. Sasa zingine ukishafika hapa, najua Kenya nasema, sitaki watu wengine waseme ni mimi nimesema. Ukishafika hapa, you can transfer to any school. You can change even program. Unaweza badilisha program, unaweza jiendea shule nyingine, unaweza downgrade hata kutoka masters mpaka uende college kama uwezi. Unaweza panda kama ushapata degree, una evaluate, unapanda juu. It's very basic information. So sometimes don't be carried away by the costs. Most people say, oh, how much can I get a scholarship, nitalipa namna gani? Don't worry about those things. Ukishafika hapa, everything itakuwa sorted. Hakuna mtu amekuja America ametaka kusoma na ameshindwa kujilipia, as long as uko na hiyo willingness in your heart that I want to go to school. Let me tell you the truth, you will go to school. So you can change. Some people wanakuja hapa hivi, and somebody was telling me the other day, I did not qualify for nursing in Kenya because I failed chemistry or I failed the mathematics. Let me tell you the truth, hapa hivi they don't care whether you pass the mathematics or chemistry. Can you meet what we call the prerequisites? The prerequisites are the courses that are required, the prerequisites to get into that program. So the first 2 years in the college, you will be able to do those courses here. Hata kama ulikuwa na D+ kwa Kenya, as long as umefika hapa. Na wale ambao wamepata C, D+ and below, I encourage you, apply community colleges. Almost every county hapa hivi, they have community colleges. So don't be discouraged just because like, oh, nimefail, niko na, you know, I have a grade of maybe D plus. Try. Nothing is the absolute here. You may get it. Kama kwanza wewe ni athletes na hata umeanguka, kimbia tu. Ukifika hapa hivi, let me tell you, you will be surprised that you will do so well even than somebody mwenye alikuwa na S in Kenya. Your D plus really means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It just gets you a requirement to get to come to school here. So, and that is why I'm encouraging you that this year 2023, if you want to apply for school, if you are looking to apply for school, don't waste money if you don't have it. Do it yourself. If you cannot, if you absolutely have to use somebody, okay? Let's say you are totally confused. Okay, fine. And you can afford it, I have no problem. But if you cannot afford it, go to Cyber Cafe, look for the school in the state. Look for a specific state that you want. If you need to ask me a question, send me a question in the comment section. I will reply. Or send me in my inbox, Facebook, Benson Cheserek. I will always reply. And that way, we can get as many people as possible to come and study. There is so many things you can study here. It doesn't matter, the school fees. The final thing also that I want to add is the processes. Once ukishapata I-20, kuna fee kidogo you have to pay for the embassy, for the service. Watakutumanishia I-20 inaitwa service. Iko na number inaitwa service. Your identification number ukifika hapa hivi. There is a specific fee you pay. I will break it down in my next video, maybe the procedure of that. But it's not very difficult. It's not a lot of money. You may not need more than I don't think it's even more than 60,000. The process is passport, once you have your passport and everything. So those are the ones that you might need. Ticket, don't even worry about ticket. Ticket is not expensive. You know, most people wanna worry, oh, how much is the ticket? Why do you worry about the ticket? The ticket, once you get the school, community watachanga ticket, and you will come here and refund that ticket. You know, don't worry about the ticket. So the people always like, oh, na ticket ni ngapi? Ticket, especially on low season, you can get a ticket of 100,000, 60,000, 70,000. Utauza shamba. Hiyo shamba ama waambie mtu akupatia loan ya 100,000, utarefund hiyo pesa within 2 months. There is nothing there. Ticket is nothing. Pesa yenye uko tu supposed kukuwa worried. Saizi, if you are a very serious person, look for a passport. Ujitafutie passport. And this you can use to travel to any other country. I'm just giving you information for US and Canada. Once you get a passport, okay, apply for the school. Get some application fee to prove your seriousness. That is between 5,000 to 15,000. Hiyo ni application fee. Once you get accepted to the school, now when they send you the I-20, now you prepare the 20 to 60,000 depending on those service, embassy booking, all that. Once you get that, and service fee, once you pay for service fee, you can use your service fee for 1 year. You don't have to pay it again. So this is very important information that I wanted just to pass. Now, I know a lot of young people are desperate to leave Kenya to look for greener pastures or opportunities. Yes, I understand the country is going through a lot of challenges. Don't lose hope. Keep trying. I was just talking a few minutes ago with a guy who is helping his brother to apply schools. You know how many schools they have applied? Over 20. Over 20. During our time, I think I applied only 2 schools. Because of competitiveness and how things have changed over the last several years, it's becoming difficult. But you have to keep trying. Even if you fail at the embassy once, okay? Even if you fail at the embassy once, try it again. Try it even more than 5 times. There are people who have gone to the embassy 10 times. On the 11th time, they get it. Why? Because it will give you an exit strategy to come and change your life and change the life of your parents and change the life of your kids. Not that tunataka tutoroke Kenya. Our economy is struggling and everyone wants to get a better life. So, don't lose hope this year. Try your luck. By the way, and this is the last of the last time, najua nimesema last. Size between now and April and May, applications are open. January America, listen, January America or the beginning of the school here in the fall, which is mwezi wa 8. So make sure you do an effort. Make an effort right now, between now and April, between now and May, before wafunge shule, they will close school May for the summer holidays. Apply community colleges. Look what category you want. Apply community college, apply university. That's what Chinese do. The reason why I'm encouraging people is Chinese bwana, they let me tell you, Chinese bwana, they apply na wanakuja. Chinese wako na pesa na wanalipa. So I want to encourage you, because though there is a lot of spaces, try 4-5 schools. You know, see if it's difficult for you to pay for the application fee for all that, try just a 3. And that is how you're going to succeed this year. So that is my encouragement, and I pray for you, and I hope you will succeed as well. Okay? God bless you. My name is Cheserek. Subscribe this link and share, because somebody else will benefit from this information. Okay? Thank you very much.